I'm gonna boil you up. Icy old greenhorn. Feel me. I think the rumors are true. Lucky I found you first. I have you now. There's no escape. Let's get to it. Meal ticket. I was promised rich pickings. How do you fools make a living? You choose death then. Now you died a victim. You fight well. This can't be happening. You scratch my paint. I've had worse beating.
Ships and brave folk from centuries ago strive to find more in the night before they could jump, yeah, before space got small. The only way there was to take your time, take a generation, build a shrine to your generation, make your way between the stars, and hope that your children will care for your soul. Achilles was lost to those dangerous computers. Artemis just had one sight. Atlas abandoned except for one poor soul. Demeter turned tribal with no food and cannibal. The fighting kept on till they died. Epimetheus had a thief left alone. His writings recorded as proof. Hyperion had its own second coming. Zechariah, he told them his truth and invented their souls. Take your time, take a generation, build a shrine to your generation, make your way between the stars, and hope that your children will care for your souls. Like a young coronavirus so dark from an asteroid, medicine cannot save their lives. Odysseus got ill, but they couldn't find the will to just leave the the children will care for your souls. Take your time, take a generation, build a shrine to your generation. Make your way between the stars. Hope that your children will care for your soul. hauling steel most every night. I can't find those composites, it's driving me so wild. Hauling steel with all my might. Just tell my next of kin I lost my way while I was trailblazing. Now there's a station to my left, there's a racing track below me. Now without a turn to going round and round. Yeah, there's a burning in my eyes. Maybe I should sleep, but I just need one more run, just one more run tonight. One more run tonight. Hauling steel, it feels so light. Give me your composites or you will surely die. Hauling steel right through the night. Just tell my next of kin I lost my way while I was trailblazing. All I wanna do is pick up a load, press SCO, take it home, and do it all again. That's all. Fill my hose, fill it full. Yeah, take my shields, squeeze it in. I just wanna play, so I could build an office if I never left. This damn hotel setup is glued to me, and yes, I need a bio break, but I just can't stand up. Who needs that dignity when I can have a station of my own? Boom, boom, boom. One last time, hauling steel most every night. I can't find those composites, it's driving me so wild. Hauling steel with all my might. Just tell my next of kin I lost my way while I was trailblazing. Now there's a station to my left, there's a racing track below me. Now without a turn to going round and round. Yeah, there's a burning in my eye. Maybe I should sleep, but I just need one more run, just one more run tonight. One more run tonight. Boom, 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 doo-doo-doo-doo. Boom, ba-ba-da-da-ba-ba-da-da-ba-ba-da. Boom, 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 ba-da.
Hello and welcome to Lave Radio.
Greetings and welcome to Lave Radio.
Greetings, Commanders.
Greetings, Commanders.
The show that talks about the universe of Elite
And the development of the computer game Elite 4, known as Elite Dangerous.
and the fantastic
Community that surrounds it.
Broadcast from the current Sidewinder and hosted by a vending machine technician.
A place of nonsense and innuendo for forum dads.
A self-contained podcast 2 hours long.
Transmitting to every corner of the galaxy.
It's even louder than me.
The hottest show this side of Dizzo.
The name of the place,
Lave Radio.
Lave Radio.
Lave Radio.
Lave Radio.
Radio.
Greetings, Commanders, and welcome to episode 557 of Lave Radio, the show that likes to talk about the universe of Elite Dangerous and the fantastic community that surrounds it. I'm your host, Commander Phoenix to Fire, Chief Archivist of Lave Station, otherwise known as Colin Ford, and joining me in the orange Sidewinder bar for this episode, we have our Head of Health and Safety, that's Commander Ed Levice, otherwise known as Ben Moss Woodward.
all the hammers.
We also have our staff liaison officer, that'd be Commander Psychic, otherwise known as Claire.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
right.
Okay, I'm here. Okay, I'm just prepping. I'm prepping for tonight's show. It's fine.
Oh, okay, right. And that also means we've got our SRV Banksy, that's the lovely Commander Alec Turner.
Hello, good evening, and welcome. No, that's not my.
Welcome and bienvenue.
Yeah. We've also got the Chris Mark V, who might want to chip in with a few things as we go.
Maybe we'll see.
We'll see. We'll see if we get him angry enough. Excuse me. So, if you wish, you can join us live. We do have the Chris Mark IV and Ben on the YouTube chat. So, Chris will be hanging around Lave Station, staring wistfully out the window as usual. But if you can't get to us in game, you can join the Twitch chat channel, which you can access through laveradio.com/live and click on the live chat. Or you can go to twitch.tv/laveradio or YouTube Lave Radio. So we're there. So let's quickly go around the crew, see how they've been for the last week or so. So we'll start with Claire.
Hi. I had some really, really devastatingly awful news that I'm not prepared to talk about yet. I'm still trying to get my head over it towards like between the two shows. So there's that happened. There is other than that, I've done next to nothing really. We just like chilled out at home and had a lovely just time. I'm chilling out at home and just relaxing and doing all of those good things. Not necessarily to take your mind off something, but just to, have a nice time. Just have a really nice time and just like live alongside when you get bad news, that kind of thing. So that's where I am. And had a lovely time playing video games. Completed the campaign of the dinosaur game that Frontier brought out. That made me cry. Played episode 5 and 6 of Dispatch. That made me cry. A lovely time. Finished Not Tonight 2, which is an excellent social commentary on Hidden in a Papers, Please style game, which didn't make me cry, but it was really fun. And like played about in Elite a little bit.
That
Did
made you cry.
Elite. I didn't have to log into Elite for it to make me cry. But yeah, it's been a really lovely time. Chris and I have been playing, also playing the Escape Simulator 2 came out. And we've played like through almost all of the levels of Escape Simulator 2, and there's one like passage is set in space as well, and that's really fun. So we've been playing a game that goes, hey, I'm enjoying showing how clever I am, being able to work out puzzles, not stuff that matters, of course, but being able to work out puzzles is really fun. It was a really fun game, and a bit of Elite, and just like processing difficult news for the week, which I will talk about at some point, but not today.
No, that's fair enough. We'll move on to Alec.
Good. Hello.
Hello.
What have I done? I went to see my daughter in Bristol, so we spent a couple of days in Bristol, which was lovely. I very nearly went back to the White Horse in Hambrook, Claire, because
I love that place.
Yeah, the hotel that we'd booked, we hadn't been before, and it seemed like it was probably not going to be very nice because it turned out to be like on a kind of industrial estate. So we thought, oh God, that's not going to be. We needed somewhere to eat, and I suddenly thought, aha, I know somewhere that's very nice, and it was really close. But then it turned out a hotel was actually really nice and had a super sort of bar lounge area, and we just ate there. But I was so close, I was like, I know somewhere really good.
It's all right. I'm sure you'll get the chance to go back there again.
Excellent. Good. Yeah, so that was nice. And then I've been super busy in game actually, because so we've got a new buckyball race, more on that later. So there's lots of prepping to do for that. And then some fools have released some ludicrous massive space station in the game, which I was going to buy and then wasn't going to buy and then was going to buy. More on this later. And then I realized I probably didn't have any tier 3 points, so went and did a little bit of colonization. And then, of course, it's all kicking off in HIP 87621 on Thursday. And I thought, I've not even been there, and I'd seen some screenshots of sort of which sort of station is it where you can end up with just the ball, he said.
The Ocellus.
Yeah, there's versions of the Ocellus when it's first deployed where it doesn't even have the bit behind it, and I wanted to go and see one of those. It seems I was too late, but so I went out there today and went to a bunch of stations that were an awfully long way from the main star, and none of them were just a ball anymore. Never mind. And then I also so I built another time trial course, an SRV course, which I'm really pleased with actually. People may or may not remember Penal Colony BV 1150, but I can't remember, whatever, something. But it's a really cool location because it's like a walled prison on a planet surface, and it's got these really chilling, no pun intended, logs.
I know the one you're talking about. I know it. I was about to say, is that the one that's really cold? So yeah.
Yeah. Where basically a Thargoid has turned up and abducted everyone except Commander Halil. Funnily enough, which had never meant anything to me the first time I saw these logs. And yeah, she's basically left there freezing to death. So it's anyway. The really cool thing is that the time trial course drives around the inside, and it reminds me a bit of like the container yard courses. It's a sort of nice zigzaggy course around all the buildings, but it's super icy, and because I guess it's a building stamp on the landscape, there's kind of no rocks, so it's super smooth. So for one of the first times ever, you can actually kind of power slide the SRV with a bit of practice. So it's a really fun course. It's like, literally sort of ice rally racing. And what's really amused me, it's been very popular, like Duck's been there and Shay and a bunch of other, and flipping Commander Skur has come has only come back from the dead and beaten me at my own time trial course today. So it's fantastic,
You
genuinely
mean
fantastic.
Sulu
No, I
before?
mean Sulu. Sorry,
I was going to say, in case I've missed other news.
same number of letters, both begin with
Yeah.
S. Easily confused. Yes. Hi Sulu in chat. Yeah, good job. Good to see you beating me again at time trials. What really made me chuckle though is that Sker went and had a go. That's why I confused them, because they're both featured in this story. Sker went and had a go and briefly set the fastest time in a scorpion, which I thought was absolutely delightful. That the scorpion
That's cool.
finally had a use
Yeah,
and
but
was
you
actually
can't
faster.
drift in a scorpion. That's the
No,
problem.
but that's the point. Power sliding just makes it slower, and the scorpion actually had the grip not to slide, and turned out to be a fast way of doing this course, which I sort of found quite delightful. Yeah,
Excellent.
so there you go. So yeah, racing and then not racing, and then racing and then not racing. I've been running around the galaxy like a flipping lunatic.
All right. Okay. Ben.
Well, I've been doing not so much gaming, I guess, but I've developed not one but two toilets. Kind of by accident.
So
apparently,
two Lou Ben.
two Luben, yes.
Wow.
Apparently, if you buy a toilet called Sarin from a certain place, they come in two varieties, both with the same name. And when you look at your email and your invoice, they're all called Sarin. But then if you look at them in the detailed design page, they've got different SKU fecking numbers. And one of them is 5 centimeters taller than the other. And that was important for our requirements. So that made me rather annoyed. I've also found out my bathroom, we're lucky we're not falling through to the kitchen, because the floorboard is rather rotten due to the fact it's had a slow leak for several years, we suspect. That was fun.
I'm thinking of the scene with Tom Hanks from Money Pit, if anyone remembers that.
No.
I'm thinking of the scene from Coronation Street with the bath that comes through the ceiling.
To be fair, that's liable to happen.
Jesus.
I got the photos from our plumber, and yeah, it's scary. But yeah, we should be getting that dealt with. The leak has apparently been dealt with, and we'll be getting the floor dealt with sometime after the place is dried out a little bit. So hopefully next week. Hopefully. And we're getting the second toilet. Yeah, we're getting the second toilet on Friday, so that should be exciting.
Even though it's 5 centimeters higher than the other one.
Even though it's 5 cent. Well, yeah. We also found out that the first toilet that was delivered to us had a crack in the bowl. And that sounded worse when it came out than it did in my head. Than it did when I was saying it. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, that's been my life.
So toodaloo for you then.
Toodaloo.
At times. Boo!
Sorry. Oh, it's going to get much worse. Right. Right. Okay. Just quickly, what's been happening with me? I did a little bit of Elite. I managed to get my exploration commander back to one of the points on the stations out to Colonia for preparation for when the new explorer vessel comes in. Because and I've left her there. But the rest of the time, I've been kind of. I got in on Sunday, and I just couldn't make up my mind what to do, because I know that all this stuff's going to kick off on Thursday, which we'll talk about later, and I know that all the stuff was going to happen today, and I looked up where I was in my system, and I went, well, there's no point me trying to. I needed at least another 3 tier 2 construction points. I'm not going to do that in a couple of days.
Yeah.
And nothing's happening with power play at the moment. So kind of stuck in the middle of not much to do. So what I ended up doing was playing the hell out of Final Fantasy 16 and thoroughly enjoying it again, getting my arse kicked left, right, and centre. But that game. Now that I'm going through it the second time, I'm picking up a lot of the plot points that I missed first time round, and realised how basically brutal this Final Fantasy world is. Normally, the Final Fantasy worlds are kind of nice fantasy, if you like. You know, you get your typical mustache twirling villains. This has probably got the worst mother since Cersei Lannister, and there's not often you want to hope for someone has a horrible death, but this is one of them. So yes, I know what's happening. Spoiler alert: there is a horrible death. So I'm looking forward to that.
Well, at least you've got something to look forward to, Colin.
Yes. So I've been playing a lot of that and enjoying. And it's the soundtrack on that game is absolutely banging. It really is. But yeah. So moving on from there. Right. Now this is where things get interesting. Development news. What have the devs said this week? Right. We'll cover this little bit first because catching up from last week, we all thought, oh, this is going to be behind a paywall. Well, there was an awful lot of grumpiness, ourselves included, about the fact that the Dodec or the Dodo was going to be locked behind ARCs. They've changed their mind. We got a message last week. Towards the end Thursday last week, and it says, we've been listening to all your feedback since we received the new Dodec station type and understand many of you weren't happy with the idea of the station being only available in the game store permanently. A lot of thought goes into decisions we make, and our intention at all times is to make the game better for everyone. However, this time we don't think we got it right.
Joy?
Add comedy sound effect right now. Right. Therefore, we have taken this feedback on board, and we will now be releasing the Dodec initially via the ARC's early access for a period of time, similar to what you'd expect from a ship release. After that period, the Dodec will be a consumable via in-game means without the need for any ARC's purchases. Right, we have the Chris Mark 5. Go on then.
Alright, I'll keep this sweet and keep it quick. They say a lot of thought goes into this. 2019, they said there would never be any non-cosmetic stuff stuck behind an ARC's paywall. How did they forget that?
Well, because
that was it.
Because they move on, love. This is the situation. And just as a reminder, that wasn't me belittling Chris. That was a term of endearment because he's my husband. Before anyone was like, actually, do you mind?
Help him being oppressed.
In 2014, Braben said we'd be big game hunting. You know, you have to let these things go over time.
Unfortunately, I'm as much as you can say that might have been something that would have been worthy to pick up or talk about for 2 years ago when they started releasing these ships for early access, because even early access fills that brief of them never releasing something behind a paywall. And at the end of the day, that's proven to be a really, really good mechanic and a really decent mechanic for Frontier to follow. And I wouldn't knock the early access necessarily up until like the Panther Clipper and the Type 11 for different reasons, but I think they have to move with the times and still make this 10-year-old product viable.
11-year-old.
Yeah.
11-year-old product viable. I'm gonna stop calling it a 10-year-old project.
I keep doing that.
Okay, then come out and redefine what their monetization is.
Why?
Yeah, they do. I think they do need to do that because there's quite a lot of people in this community who will go back and hold them to that account. In fact, there are people who still hold them to the account about ship interiors over one interview that David Braben said in 2013. So you
want them to make a new statement that they'll be held accountable to. If I was them, I wouldn't say.
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't fucking do it. I'm done. I'm done with that.
I'd say it's my game, and I'll do what I fucking like.
Yeah, look, we're doing what we can with the engine. There we go.
Yeah, I mean, when you watch the forums, the reaction on the forums to this, it was the vast majority of it. I found was yes, that's the right decision. It should be moved back to this to an early access, and I think is everybody in agreement with this, or?
I feel like we should never have, in an ideal world, we'd never have been in this position to begin with, and I do not understand how it made it out the door. I don't get it. Why, like, unless it was genuinely Frontier going, let's see how far we can push them.
Yeah,
and that leaves a really, really awkward taste in my mouth. I'm not.
Yeah,
I don't know.
No, I agree with you because there is this thing because let's be honest, Elite Dangerous is now it is a live service game and it has to get its revenue from somewhere because let's be honest, it ain't going to be making money off box sales or Steam sales and things like that.
Nope.
So it needs to generate cash, and if I remember rightly, 2 years ago, when things were quite badly in the doldrums, there's a lot of creators saying, yeah, give us something to spend money and support the game with. I remember there was me and Ascobius having a massive amount of ideas between the two of us about the ways they could generate revenue without actually going full pay to win.
A lot of that featured around like fleet carrier and cosmetic items as well. And that's my that I'm obviously cosmetic items that do not give you an advantage obviously is fine, and you spend your money however you want to support the company. I'm like, spend your money, buy a fucking Dodec for all I care, but spend when it gets to a point when introducing pay to win with a soupçon of FOMO, that's when it's the issue.
I think. Oh, go on, Alec. You first.
I was just going to say. So I actually, in between last week's show, I suppose, and this week's show, actually, I had an interesting turnabout. So I really wanted the Dodec. I think I said, it was one of the things in the in their little video they released. It was one of the most exciting things. I love new stuff in game, going to see new stuff, and so I was super hyped for it. And I had the arcs, and I was gonna buy it. I think even at the time of last week's show, I was going to buy it. But the more complaints I read, the more sort of unhappiness I read and understood and agreed with from the partner program and from people on the forum and from you guys and everyone else. I just thought, I can't, much as I want it and can just afford it and can just buy it.
Yeah.
I can't just go and buy it because I'm condoning it is a step too far. And if you just buy it, if you just go, oh, what the hell, just buy it, you're sort of tacitly condoning it. And if they hadn't reversed the decision before today, and if they had sold a load off the back of people like me that go, not very happy, but I'm just going to buy it anyway, that is when you take a step too far and you've become complicit in it. So yeah, it was interesting that I kind of had this moment of thinking, nah, too far.
Yeah, I mean, the main issue that I think everybody had was that, first of all, there was a lot of people who thought, right, this is the beginning of the slippery slope.
It sounds like a beginning, though, because we've already gotten...
we're a good way down that slippery slope at the moment.
On the slope. The Dodec was on the slope.
Well, let's just put it this way: it's that far down the slope that everyone was trying to apply the brakes.
Yeah, people finally noticed. People finally noticed that we were on a slide. I think that's a fair thing to say.
Yeah, so we're all trying to apply the brakes and go, okay, no, you want to know where the line is. This is where the line is. Right, okay, and I think the community. I think fair play to Frontier, because I know of other live service games that just would have pushed ahead with it.
Yeah, it was super cool of them to acknowledge it. Although, having said that, I wouldn't go as far as some people who were like, thought it was so super cool of Frontier to reverse the decision that they were like, I'm going to go and buy it now and give them loads of arcs. And the analogy I came up with, because I was thinking, I don't think so, because it's a bit like if a waiter spat in my soup and then I caught them in the act and said, "Oi, what do you think you're doing?" and they apologized and gave me a new soup. That's great, but I'm not going to give them a tip at the end of the meal.
That's fine. They just charge 25% service charge instead.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there has to be a debate at some point about what there's obviously further functionality coming down the pipeline, and we're going to have to work out, is this going to be acceptable to pay arcs for? Is this, what you would expect for free? Does this, the bottom line is the game still has to be funded. I mean,
give me fleet carrier interiors.
So it's one of these things that is a balancing act, and I think they definitely got it wrong at this point. Which they've now, of course, corrected. Do
you think they'd have gotten it wrong if, say, a month or two ago, Frontier were to hold their head out with the Panther Clipper and said, "Yeah, we are totally doing this as a way to monetize the game. We accept the fact that if you have a Panther Clipper, you might get a slight benefit because it's got more room, and you've got a 3-month period." Would we still be as upset if they'd said that then?
Yeah, absolutely, because it's still the mechanics haven't changed in them acknowledging their mechanics. Their acknowledgement of the fact, like, I could go out and stab a guy and go, "Yeah, I killed him." It's not good, and they're not going to go, "Actually," well, you know what I mean? Or I could put graffiti on a wall and I could put my tag on there and I say, "Actually, my name is Cleggard and I live at blah 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 blah," and they can come and the police knock on my door and says, "You've written this on a wall," and I'll go, "Yeah, that's right, that's me." I would still get in trouble for that wall. You know what I mean?
I mean,
why are we
declaring that you're going to do a bad thing doesn't absolve you of
it. Yeah, but it doesn't absolve you of acknowledging that it is pay to win. Doesn't make everyone go, "Oh yeah, good guy, Frontier. You recognise that you're doing that you're doing difficult things."
But why are we allowing the Panther Clipper then and not having? To
be clear, because I know we all have different opinions. I don't mind the early access period, the 3 months. If they want to be pay for win for 3 months, have at it. I don't really care. 3 months later, I can get it back.
Yeah. I'm not as mad as something being perfectly permanently behind a paywall and them not calling it DLC.
Actually, I suppose. Sorry, I've just realised the issue. It's not the 3 months. It really was specifically the fact that there was a reward in the CG. That CG was a one-time thing. That one-time thing is in the pay to win period. There's a thing there. You've got one chance to get in that top 75%, and there are people who are at an advantage because they.
But that one-time thing's been 2 or 3 times now.
Twice. So twice now. So the last 2 ships have had a CG where you would gain an advantage by using the ship that is in early access. Now, that's not necessarily, as I've mentioned before, some of you really need to look up the definition of pay to win, and while you're there, look up the definition of straw man arguments, because it's pretty much the same when you're separating that. I'm not talking to you guys. I'm talking to the wider community when I say this.
People in inverted commas.
People. Some commanders need to look up the definition of a straw man argument when they're looking up what pay to win means, and it's
Yeah.
It's frustrating. It's frustrating and difficult to defend. And I don't know how some of you do it.
A lot of energy has been expended
Yeah.
on both sides, I think.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, the only thing that I would say to that is that if we are getting continued development, if we start getting updates for free, which are obviously being paid for by these early access periods, then I'd say it's one of these. It's a benefit to the community in the long run. The only thing that I would say is that surely at this point we're getting to Elite Dangerous might as well be free to play.
Yeah.
Potentially.
And
interesting.
Mind you, I don't think they'll let that happen with Odyssey as well. But it's
No.
How much was it though for getting it with Odyssey? Was it only a $5 in the sale the other week?
a couple of months ago, a month ago, it was £6 for both.
What's its normal price?
20.
Still 20. Okay.
Yeah. I think that's for both. No, it's 26. I think for Odyssey and Elite.
Yeah.
I'll have to double check that. But even for modern game standards, I mean, it's still pretty.
You can't
for
play
what you get out of it.
a game.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
I mean, these things are all basically financing and funding operations. So, are we really complaining?
Well, it depends on whether or not the people who are buying an advantage, really. So that is always the trick that they've got to do, because you want to encourage people to buy your new thing, but how do you encourage people to buy and use your new thing unless you give it something that will entice you to buy it? And sometimes
Colin, I've got finish your sentence. Sorry, mate. I thought wanted to buy it was where you finished. My apologies. Okay, what was in the rest of the patch notes, mate?
Yes, let us move on, because we haven't even got to the patch notes, because this is all just kicked off rather nicely. So, after all that announcement stuff, where we were discussing about all the fact that they've actually made it not pay. Well, let's leave that. Right? They actually released it today. They released it today. Now we're going to talk about the actual Dodec station itself and the changes that came with colonization. We'll talk about them later. But there have been other changes as well that came in. We had specifically about power play. Power play care packages have been fixed.
Amazing, incredible.
So this means that if you have got an excess of power play materials, they're going to convert them into credits for you. And anything that you can't do within 30 days, it goes. So care packages expire after 30 days if you don't claim them. So at this point, you're not going to have tons and tons of stuff. And I know I've got about 7 or 8 care packages that I can't do anything with. So I'm going to have lots of money. Yay!
Some money. Yeah.
It's not
Some
a stupid amount, but it's a little payoff.
Yes, which is good.
Dirk Hatch it was quite funny, but he had literally hundreds and hundreds of care packages. He was holding the scroll bar for about 5 minutes, and then the first 10 minutes of his stream, he decided to sell the first 10. He got a few million for it. Did he get 50 million for his? Did he get 5 million per? I don't know, but yeah,
I don't know. But you got money.
Yeah.
You got money. Now that's not only the other. There have been other changes which have come in, which measures have been put in place to prevent unfair amounts of merits being obtained or to impact system control scores. Now this is basically to stop people doing what they were doing with the on-foot transfer power data, which was putting the whole system out of balance. So they've put this feature in and then re-enabled the on-foot transfer power data. So, and it's now no longer possible to gain excess merits or control score by selling commodities 1 unit at a time, which was a trick that I knew was happening against us. So I am quite happy with those 3 fixes. And yeah, there's been another thing with the squadrons. The cargo insurance perk has been re-enabled and reworked, so it now restores instead restores 50% of lost cargo to your ship when rebought, instead of returning 50% of the value in credits. So yeah, you get half your cargo back.
Oh, interesting. The actual cargo.
Yes.
Yeah.
I hadn't appreciated. Yeah, interesting.
So yeah, there's quite a few fixes in here as well. One of the big fixes that I think everybody's going to be happy with, if you've got a fleet carrier, is the fact that when you transfer between your fleet carrier and your ship, things speed up so that you're not there waiting ages for a transfer. It's very much similar
bloody
to
time.
Oh, I know. Now, if only they could just allow you to transfer your tritium without all that problem, I think it'd be great.
There is a slight issue with it, I believe, in that it doesn't stop at the capacity of your ship. So it's very easy to whiz past the capacity of your ship, at which point I think it goes wrong in some way. Again, Hatch was having issues because he
It
was
doesn't
holding it
stop at the
down.
capacity of your ship.
So you'd hold the button down as to how much you wanted to transfer
Yeah.
from your carrier to your ship, for example,
Uh-huh.
and it would whiz past all the way up to the maximum capacity of your carrier, and then when you said transfer all, it couldn't or wouldn't or
Oh, that's got to be a bug.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So they've now resolved instances of missions incorrectly impacting the BGS during elections in the power play system. They've done a couple of fixes on that, and they've also completely removed all escape pod missions from power play. So you know how sometimes for your weeklies you might have retract, save 10 escape pods, even though you don't get anything for them. They've now replaced all those with effectively wreckage. So
that was Kane's perk. One of Kane's perks, I think, was to do with search and rescue and escape pods. It got turned off a very long time ago. I guess they just went, oh, we can't fix it then.
Yeah, well, I don't know what the problem was with that. I guess that's what everybody was doing, was rescuing escape pods.
Maybe.
But yeah.
I had someone in with regard to the other thing that you didn't mention, because apparently this is the only the 1 ton thing where people were just transferring that 1 ton, and it's not an on-foot thing. It's like hauling, but you only like transfer a ton at a time, and people had macros set up to do it.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. Apparently, according to this one person that was in my YouTube chat today, that is the only way that Torval managed to get any merits at all. And now they're stuck doing mining.
Oh no!
And it's the most boring thing that was mining. And I was like, oh no, your exploit's been caught. I'm so sorry that your exploit has been caught, but they were real big mad about it. Apparently, it's the only way that that if you're a supporter of Torval, that you can fortify at all.
Well,
yikes!
There should be other ways to fortify.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I have to fortify in several different other ways.
I know,
but,
people can still trade, you know.
Yes. Right. So, I mean, is there any highlights of this patch that anybody else want to talk about?
Apostrophes.
No,
I didn't mention the apostrophes. Go on.
Apostrophes are back. We can put apostrophes in our system colonization names, which means you can have Alex Station rather than Alex Station. Most exciting item in the entire patch notes.
My most exciting I am in the entire patchwork notes that I totally skimmed over and I had to be pointed out that was there. Resolve newly colonized systems not triggering conflicts at settlements. So during war has on foot conflict. Now, apparently, we're waiting for another war to trigger. To confirm that, but apparently your settlements will now have on foot conflicts as well, which is very fun and cool, given the fact that in about a month's time they're going to be doing a balance pass on the AI combat.
Yes. Well, that's going to be interesting. Alec.
Sorry,
Oh,
yeah,
so-
just one other that I remembered that that made me laugh quite a lot. So we'll come on to this later in our sort of tip of the day or whatever it's called. I've forgotten. But if you go to cancel a colonization construction, so that's the wording that in game it uses. It uses cancel construction. So then you get to a screen which says, "Are you sure you want to, do this?" And it tells you what you're about to do. And then the two button options are something like continue to cancel or cancel. So they've fixed the latter by changing it to back to avoid confusion, which made me laugh a lot.
A double cancel.
Do you want to cancel? Yes, cancel. Okay, I've cancelled that for
Yes,
you.
exactly.
I'm cancelling my cancel. What? Eh? Oh, that's typical. That's my kind of UI design. Right, Ben.
Yeah, I was going to say that sounds familiar to several bugs I've been fixing as well. Actually, yeah, I was just going to say actually, given my lack of concern about colonization and squadrons and power play, I really don't care about these patch notes. There's nothing.
Hey,
Really
great.
here
What's
for
next?
anyone else? Yeah.
Lovely. Okay then. Right. Well, on that bombshell, I'm going to hand over to Alec for the community news.
And now, to the community coroner.
It's a dead game, innit, mate?
So a somewhat light but still nice community corner. First thing is just wanted to give a shout out to the Winged Hussars, who are celebrating a decade as one of the game's oldest factions, which is a hell of a thing. They were kind of a group before player groups were even a thing. Anyway, they're having 10 days of events and contests and fun over in wherever they hang out. We've got a link to their website. I did kind of ask if there was a more of a sort of wider community sharing link. I guess there are Twitch channels and things that people know about, but they are basically all in Polish. So if you speak Polish, you're probably already fully aware of the Winged Hussars and where they're hanging out and where their celebrations are taking place. But if you're not, we'll include a link in the show notes to their website. But yeah, just happy birthday, happy 10th birthday to the Winged Hussars, who feels like they've always been there. Next up is a channel. I confess I've only skimmed a little bit on YouTube. It seems really fun and interesting, and I had full intentions to try and watch some of this before today, but haven't. So it's a guy called VR Florian. Very hyped about how amazing Elite is in VR, and wants to sort of do something and create something. So a nice video just sort of flying around in VR and set to music and just sort of being really excited about it. And then he kind of digs into this idea of doing something a bit more episodic. So he's started this series called An Elite Adventure, 2 episodes in so far. The blurb on one of them says something like, being involved in extreme sports videography, I decided to play around and see if I could use my movie making skills to create something to help get a few more of my friends into trying Elite Dangerous by really showing what the game can do. It could be a lot of fun to make this into a kind of story series if you all like it enough. And it is really cool. The little bits I've seen, there's all sorts of. It's not just straightforward gameplay. There's some quite interesting editing and sort of filmmaking techniques going on in there, and so I really hope that evolves because it goes from strength to strength because it looks like a really cool series. So yeah, an Elite Adventure by VR Florian is definitely one to watch. Another one I haven't watched. Recommending all this stuff I haven't watched and I'm taking a leap of faith here. XBA, we've shouted out XBA before, and I just noticed today that he's dropped a new video called The Big 12 in the Big 25, and it's just a look at power play. So today we're going to talk politics, more specifically power play. I'll be telling you about each of the 12 powers, what they stand for, and why you might want to pledge allegiance to one. Pay attention because you might find your next favorite. I'm sure that'd be good. I'll get to watch that tomorrow. Right, last. This is very exciting news for me in particular because we had this very leisurely approach to Buckyball this year after the previous couple of years of a sort of rigid calendar, and we thought, well, let's just be chill about it and see what happens. And it turns out not a huge amount. We have had
We
a
did
few
our
races.
time, Alec.
Yeah, we've done ours. We've had a few. Anyway, we have a new Buckyball race by Edelgard von Rhein. It's entitled Mountains of Madness. It starts this Thursday. Slightly unfortunate timing for Frontier, who are also doing a thing, but hey, Frontier will recover, I'm sure. So yeah, it's going to run from this Thursday, the 13th of November, until Monday, the 24th of November. So it's a nice long run at this one, and it's actually an idea I'd kind of had, having been cataloging all the really cool systems and things that have popped up with colonization, stations on top of mountains and nestled in valleys and things. So yeah, Edelgard has run with that. So it's a race that's it'll start and end at the Ghost Giraffe Tourist Hub, brackets haunted, in HIP 16548, which is an amazing location. And then both the regulation class, which is going to be in a Cobra Mark 5, and the unlimited class, where you can fly whatever the hell you like, Mandalay, will take in some of the more bizarre and picturesque locations around the kind of larger bubble. So they're actually two completely separate courses, which is a really cool idea because it means we get to squeeze in more of these amazing locations. So yeah, the unlimited goes around 3 systems that are a bit further out, and the regulation Cobra class goes around 4 locations that are a bit closer. I've done my scouting, and the locations are superb. So if you sort of want an excuse to go and look at some of the amazing places that people have plonked down planetary bases, then this is a fantastic way to do it. So yeah, from this Thursday to the following till the Monday week, Mountains of Madness, and we'll include a link to that in the show notes.
Right. Excellent. So if you have a community event that's taking place soon and would like us to shout about it across the airwaves, tweet the crew at Lave Radio or email at info@laveradio.com. So the in-game events, what it has been happening this week? Well, yes, it was announced on the 6th of November that the Pilots Federation is to receive HIP 87621 access. So they have confirmed that licensed commanders will be granted access to the HIP 87621 system by the October Consortium. Our work is legal, ethical, and in full accordance with all relevant interstellar directives regarding the study of local fauna.
Flora.
Hint, flora. What, you mean the margarine?
Significant difference.
So, yeah. So, the Pilots Federation has advised that commanders will be able to access 87621 from 4 o'clock UGT on the 13th of November. The 13th, eh? Okay.
Not
It's a Thursday. It's a Thursday. You're fine.
Calm down.
Everybody looking forward to the Mauve Adder roulette that we're going to have at that time.
Yeah, oh, good grief. There hasn't been this much excitement since someone said, hey, there's a Thargoid round Earth. So
I was going to say there hasn't been this much excitement since somebody said, let's all bundle on this fleet carrier and go exploring. Bring your lightest explorer ships. I'm sure it'll be fine.
What about the one where they told us all to be in HIP 22460?
Yeah.
Is that the one? 22460?
Yeah, these have never gone wrong.
Yeah, the ones where we have to be somewhere at a specific time. Always works out well.
Yes. So this is it. This is the little thing that they've been hinting at for the last, what is it, 2 months now?
The
Month and a
most
bit?
beautiful demonstration of, but I was going to say the best demonstration of Frontier fumbling a bag, and then they did the Dodec shit. So, a pattern maybe.
So if you're not buckyball racing, then go and press your faces up against the glass of HIP
I wouldn't try to buckyball race during this time anyway, because of how weird it's going to be, how weird the servers will be.
Yeah, I know that I'm not going to be, well, obviously I'm not going to be here at 4 o'clock, but I will be jumping in, say, between 6 and 7 just to see what's there. But yeah, good luck, everybody. You never know. It might just be just a new plant.
Christmas tree farm.
That eats you. Revenge of the Triffids.
It's Trumbles, isn't it? That's what you're after.
Oh, I was hoping for Trumbles, but then again,
There's still
it
time.
might. There's still time, yes. And of course, today, the Trailblazer fleet has now been withdrawn, and the Dodec starport has been revealed. So they've just confirmed what we've had is, yeah, we don't need our Trailblazer fleet anymore. We've gone and sorted out a few things about rarities of commodities, which we'll probably talk about later. But yeah, so there we have, all set for Thursday, and the Dodo is out today. Right. That brings us to this week's Power Play rankings. Remaining in 12th, we have Petraeus, having lost a system this week, dropping his total down to 657. In 11th, Torvald gains 16 systems, bringing her total up to 725. Just ahead of her, in 10th, is Delaney, having gained 3 systems, but he's only on 727. Could the Spider Lady take the Pirate King? There's an image that I didn't really want to have in my head. In number 9, we have Winters, having gained 12 systems, bringing her total up to 830. At 8, we have Antal, having gained 13 systems, bringing his total up to 1,019. Kane gains a massive 27 systems, bringing her total up to 1,057. And Archer, in 6th, is still well ahead at 1,091, gaining 14 systems. In 5th, we have Grom, who has gained 9 systems this week, bringing his total up to 1,270. And then in 4th, we have Lee Yong-ru, who is doing a phenomenal job. This is the second week he's had more than 35 systems added to his total. It's now 38. He's now up to 1,403. Arissa, in 3rd place, gains another 17 systems, bringing her total up to 1,703. However, in 2nd place, Mahon gains 20 systems, pulling ahead of her with 1,759. In 1st place, however, we have the Bathwater Princess herself, Princess Aisling Duval, only gaining 11 systems this week, only 11. To bring her total up to 2,090. So that is your Power Play rankings this week.
I'm curious. I'm curious to see what Torvalds looks like next week after what I was told today pretty adamantly. I'll make a note of that, see how Torvald's doing next week. I won't make a note. It won't mean anything. Foreshadowing. Claire will not make a note.
I think Delaney's going to fall. I'm sorry,
so?
the Kumo. Yeah, I think Kumu burgers are going to go one lower. So yes, it's tatty bye to Delaney, I think. Apart from that, everybody else is pretty static. I mean, there's nobody within striking distance. This feels like sort of I don't know. It's like an F1 race where you've only got sort of interesting things happening at the bottom, unless it was this week, which was utterly bogus.
I don't want to talk about this week. This week was
we really want
wild.
to talk about interesting things happening at the bottom.
Let's not.
Like French
No.
toilet news.
Hey. Yes, the whirlpool of death. So yeah, power play carries on. It'll be interesting to see what effects the patch has on them, especially with the reactivation of those on-foot missions. So yeah, let's see what happens. Right. So that brings us to that time of the week again.
Store alert!
In the bi-weekly newsletter, here come paint jobs for your art. In the bi-weekly newsletter, here come paint jobs for your art. A store alert, a store alert, a store alert, a store alert, a store alert. Which one will you buy? A store alert, 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 a store alert. Which one will you buy?
And welcome back. Yeah, welcome back. We have a few things to talk about as far as arcs are concerned. The wonderful Void Black skins have now been added for the newer ships. So the Cobra Mark 4, Type 11, the Panther
Mark
Clipper Mark
5.
2.
Just Cobra Mark 4 is not a new ship. Don't give people hope,
Oh.
Colin.
Honestly, seriously, did I say 4?
You did, yeah.
Oh my god, I do apologize. It is the 5. Tough luck to all yous that don't have the 4. Yeah. Pay to lose ship. Anyway, we've got the Corsair and of course the Mandalay all have the new Void Black, and it looks nice. I will admit it does look nice, but it will set you back 10k. The Void Black itself is on sale for other ships, which are 35% off. So that takes it down to about 6.5k. So that would be about £3.5. So, that's not too bad. The other things that have been on sale, yes. Well, obviously the Dodec is now on sale for 50k arcs. Okay. And then on top of that, Dodec skins are available, ranging from 10 to 17k.
Yeah, if you thought you were going to get the colour with it.
Yeah, you're not going to get the colour with it. Sorry, gang. You need...
Colours extra.
Colours come extra if you want those. Like the silver and the orange. Silver and orange is, I think, 17,000 arcs, and the silver and blue is 17,000 arcs as well. So that's 67,000 arcs that you'd need to pay to get the thing, just in case you wanted to do that and you had that money to burn.
Add 5 if you want to name it.
Oh yeah, if you want to name it, add another 5,000 arcs.
Ka-ching,
Oh
ka-ching,
my
ka-ching.
god. So that's 72,000 arcs if you want to name it, colour it. Oh, right. So that is 36 quid.
Yeah.
36 quid.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Do you know what you can buy for 36 quid? I think 2 jump spacers. I'm just going to use that as an example every time because it's such a good game. And it's basically operations. I think you can buy 2 jump spacers for 36 quid. Or, hey, if Mass Effect Legendary Edition is on sale, you can buy 7 Mass Effect Legendary Editions.
Wow.
I mean, for what it's worth, in the other space
Dispatch.
game, that might buy you a buggy.
Yeah, that's a weird comparison, Ben.
I'm just saying, we're complaining about 20, 30 quid for a space station. But ain't gonna buy you a Vauxhall Nova.
Yeah, but that's supposed to. Oh, but also you can drive around in that Vauxhall Nova and
Well, that is
enjoy
true.
it. In this space station, you can go back to it now and again when you need to.
I'm sorry, I just suddenly thought I could probably also get a speeder bike.
Yeah,
Sorry.
there you go. Oh
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right. So yes, take about that what you will.
I do
Keep
like the
that
Void
in.
Blacks.
Oh, the Void Blacks. Yes, the Void Blacks are lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
Yeah,
I was saving my money before, but I think I might go and get some Void
They're
Blacks.
not very
now.
black, but they are very pretty.
The Voidy bit. No, I don't need them to be black. It's that purplish.
Yeah, it's that they do the shimmer, don't they, to purple?
Yeah.
That's really nice. I don't think I have any of them. I might have to invest in at least the Mandalay.
Don't you think? Sorry, we will come back to the Dodec, I'm sure. Don't you think? I know it was controversial because of the beak, but ignoring the beak, don't you think the Corsair takes its paint jobs well? Every single time I see the Corsair in another paint job, I think, God, that looks fantastic.
Yeah, they do. It does. I've got no use for it, and that I've got no use for it, and I feel like I'm sat in a courier when I'm flying it, and that's why I dislike it. But I think it looks lovely.
Yeah,
it does.
Yeah, I do think, controversially, I think that the Corsair really feels like that should be the Python Mark II, and the Python Mark II should have been the Corsair.
Yeah, 100%.
Because it kind of makes the Corsair fills a multi-role thing while the Python Mark II is a fighter. I do feel that that's but. To be fair, I am still flying around in my Corsair in the Garrus skin, basically, like exclusively for my power play. It's horrible if I get stuck in a fight against smaller ships, but for the general flexibility it gives me, sorted. But you've got to have that play style to find the role it needs, I think. So. Right. We will then. Everybody, hold on to those thoughts about the Dodec. keep them internal. Hold on onto them, and get ready to release them after this ad break.
Are you a commander who's tired of interstellar injustices? Do you find yourself constantly needing to express your displeasure? Look no further. Introducing the Manticore Pitchfork, crafted for the discerning commander who demands more than just a plasma gun to make their point. Made from ultra-durable, premium materials, these pitchforks are designed to handle even the most heated encounters with unruly aliens, malfunctioning droids, or pesky space pirates. Whether you're settling a dispute over asteroid mining rights or rioting about a non-compulsory feature, the Manticore Pitchfork has got you covered. With its sleek design and unbeatable durability, you'll be the envy of every commander in the galaxy. The Pitchfork will be in stores later this year, but if you cannot wait until then, you can get 3 months early access by visiting your nearest Frontline Solutions. Order today, and while stocks last, receive a free Displeasure Beacon. This lightweight handheld device combines all the functionality of a naked flame, but with 0 oxygen requirements. Now you can wield your torches in space, and even for a small fee, change their colour. The Manticore Pitchfork, when 280 characters aren't enough.
Oi, how you doing, my brother? So you run some data and you left your little sidey and you're starting to think about maybe a ship that can punch a little bit harder. Well, the Killback, the one with the little flappy wings, is just what the doctor ordered. It is multi-crew enabled and is the smallest ship with a fighter bay, so you can point and they will do your bidding. Ha! It's got 3 utility mounts, 2 small and 2 medium hard points, plus a whole batch of compartments. So if you want a bit of fun, grab a Killback, my son.
We buy any ship,
bar none.
We buy any ship,
bar none. Any model, any colour, any shape, any size.
We buy any ship,
bar none. We here at We Buy Any Ship Bar None are ready to take your excess space travel vehicles off your hands. No more negotiating with dodgy space station vendors. We'll simply give you an estimated quote online. Then, when you get here, we'll point out all the little dints and scratches that make the price get smaller and smaller before we actually give you any money. And the beauty is, we take any ship.
We buy any ship.
Bar none. Terms and conditions apply. We buy any ship excludes trading in any of the following vehicles: Adder, Anaconda, Asp, Boa, Cobra, Constrictor, Cruisers, Eagle, Falcon, Gecko, Griffin, Gear, Harris, Harrier, Hawk, Kestrel, Crate, Lanners, Lifters, Lions, Mantis, Merlin, Moray, Osprey, Panther, Puma, Python, Saker, Sidewinder, Skeet, Spar, Stowmaster, Tearsel, Tiger, Transporter, Turner, Viper, Wyvern, or any Imperial or Thargoid vessels.
And welcome back. So obviously there are two things that we need to discuss with this patch, and I think this time we'll get the smaller of the two out of the way first, which is the updates to colonization. First of all, the Brewer Corporation has now decided that there was no longer any illegal goods, i.e. battle weapons, so you can use them. So if you need battle weapons, you can get battle weapons. Is balanced how certain facilities affect the system's development level. Now, this is going to screw up an awful lot of people's tools, I think, because they've now got to go back and rework out how all these facilities are now balanced. So,
yeah.
Changing
the tools is a lot easier than changing people's systems that they've already built, though, I suspect.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting one. Yeah, they've gone and made a couple of changes, which they do feel a bit strange. The initial starport will now have more weight in affecting those values. So the development level is increased by 20%, security by 40%, standard of living by 40%, tech level by 20%, and wealth by 40%. So I'm assuming that what happens there is that whatever you put in as your base level station, the bigger the station is, the more bonuses you get.
I don't get it. I quite like to dig into this, and I'm curious what other people think. I don't get it. I neither see why that makes sense in a kind of real world sort of role play way. It's like, well, why should the initial start port have more weight? I don't get that. I've seen people saying it's obvious that they should, and I'm like, is it? Why is it?
I'm with you.
Yeah,
I'm with you. There have been
and I
people...
don't understand what Frontier were trying to achieve with this. They made some comment about achieving more variation, or what was the phrase? More variation, and I don't understand why this would do that either.
I've seen people fighting in the trenches for this as being a good thing, to the extent that someone in my chat today tried to explain to me how percentages worked, and I think that was pretty much when I had to be like, actually no, I'm just going to put a line through that. But to me, looking at this on face value, there is no reason why I would put anything other than a tier 3 starport. And I opened up Raven Colonial to make sure that I wasn't talking out of my arse with this. But there is no way that I wouldn't put a tier 3 starport as my main system other than an outpost, which then becomes a ridiculous amount to transfer on the only time you are time gated with it.
Yeah, you've got 4 weeks. So building an outpost makes sense. And the thing I don't get is, like, you don't have any choice over the placement of the primary port anyway. So your first port might end up at the arse end of your system anyway. So I've got an outpost currently, which I built because I had 4 weeks. I thought I'll pick something light. So I've got my outpost, which has actually ended up in the arse end of my system. And then my primary slots, like in orbit around the star or planet 1, for example, are free. And now I can go and build my big station in there. And this change is saying, no, you should have built your big station first to get the benefit. And I'm like, why have you made that be a thing?
It doesn't even from, like, as you're saying, even from a role play perspective, that doesn't make sense, because there is a cool idea of going and building your initial starport as a little startup, and then once you've established yourself there, you can then do that thing where you go, okay, I'm going to spread out and I'm going to do all of the things that I want to do.
Yeah,
I don't
because
get it.
No, I don't get it.
yeah, because that's not the end of it. Because the subsequent facilities have now less weight affecting those values, which, when you look at them, they are phenomenally knocked down.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just sort of 60% development level, 20% security,
Yeah.
52% standard of living, tech level down 66%, wealth 70%. What's the point of building half the stuff now?
So yeah, and I mean, unless you can find a system where it's absolutely perfect for you to build exactly what you want or have the best thing, we're going to start seeing like chains of outposts going out to places, or the alternative. And this is me absolutely being a cynic, and you're gonna have to bear with me on this one. But the reason the initial starport has more weight, so you can just like go and buy it to get rid of that
You are
4-week wait.
not the first person I've seen having that theory,
Yeah.
saying, "Well, if you won't let us sell it in the Ark store forever, then we'll make you buy it this way instead."
Yeah.
It's a very cynical view, but I don't know.
Yeah, it is a cynical view, and I
Make of it
hate
what you will.
saying it. I hate saying it, but it does open them up to that
Yeah.
accusation.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, and on top of all this, it says this change will apply retrospectively to all existing colonized systems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
we've all been nerfed.
Yeah. I wasn't super paying attention to everything, but I did kind of I spent a little bit of time making sure that I had the opportunity to have cartographics in my main station, in my main system. That's what I really, really wanted. And I mean, I will still have that with this, but also I feel like I don't have an incentive to build anything else, because it won't help the development level, it won't help the security level, it won't help the standard of living in the same way as it used to. So it doesn't. I just can't. I don't like the way that they're justifying this.
I feel like so many people are going to be affected by this retrospective change as well. You know, the meta was build an outpost first because you've got a time limit.
Yeah.
And then build the other stuff. And this is directly negating
Contradicting
what
it, yeah.
everyone's done and saying, no, you've all done it wrong.
Yeah, it is a funny one. I mean, the other thing that I should point out is that refinery contacts are now only present at markets that are purely refinery. Not if the market is the majority refinery. It's that you better make sure that the facilities underneath are all refineries before because otherwise you won't get your contact.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff that I'm just kind of like, yeah, okay, so we didn't want everyone to be like all of our stations being max stats. Why not? Why not? Who are you hurting? Who are you hurting other than the people who have worked to put those in place? These people who have worked really hard to make sure that they've got all of those all of their ducks in a row, and everything is feeding into the system and doing exactly what they want it to be. And now you're just like, oh, actually, we're going to take that away from you. I know it was in a beta. But I don't understand why we can't have loads of systems that give us loads of cool shit to enjoy playing our game rather than having to keep finding it. I don't know.
That's a response to Paul Crowther's remark, isn't it? Because someone asked on the forums, why has there been seemingly huge nerfs on the colonization star points? To which Paul has replied, there was a design change to ensure more variation in the galaxy and prevent all stations from being max stats and similar.
Oh, why?
So, yeah.
It's like, great. We did this because we wanted some of you to feel like you'd not worked hard enough or done the thing that you needed to do to make it a good system, or make it a good it really feels counterintuitive to everything else that they've done. So with putting the So where they've been putting the SEO in to like expedite a journey, everything seems to be given with a mindset of making things easier on commanders, or at least making things more palatable to commanders. And this feels like a step in the opposite direction.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
mean,
I,
I'm not
I
going to
must.
disagree that any of this is weird, but is it basically, sorry, but in reality, sometimes you just have to live in Slough?
Yeah, and I mean, I must admit, I am having trouble seeing the logic behind this. I mean, I know up to this point it's been a beta and all that kind of stuff, but people have been used to working this way now for about a year with little tweaks. Well, ever since February. So that's what, 7 months? And then all of a sudden, everything is just, oh no, we're going to twist it, and everything that you've done has been wrong.
Speaking about the beta, do you think there was any point calling it a beta in the end? I know
No.
that's with hindsight,
No.
but it seems a bit pointless.
No, because it's been the same as everything else. We've been tweaking it. We're still going to tweak. Even the notes say, we're still or somewhere, or not the notes, Zach's thing that the video that they put out. Oh, we're releasing it out of beta, but we're still monitoring it and we're still going to make changes.
And it's basically the fact they called it a beta. It's kind of saying what I suggested way back when they said it was going to be a beta. If it's a beta, get rid of the progress and find some way to say thank you, everybody, for testing. So, reset the galaxy to pre-colonization day.
Yeah, because
and then
like this
thank you for
final
this.
change.
Here's a sticker.
This final change feels like quite a big one, and it's like after all that testing, it's like it's out of beta, and here's one last massive change. There you go. Thanks.
It's
Bye.
out of beta. Also, fuck you.
Precisely.
Yeah,
Wow.
I think my theory was that when they first dropped colonization, they
Mhm.
really weren't quite sure how well it was going to work out in the wild, and whether it was going to need a significant rewrite. And I like to think maybe they put a beta tag on it because they just didn't know how it was. And in fact, I think it's actually, on the whole, apart from all the rebalancing, proved to be really quite stable and a good update.
Yeah.
And with
I mean,
hindsight, probably didn't need to be called a beta, but I'm guessing maybe they didn't know that at the beginning and thought we might need to
You
change
guys have
this a
seemed
lot.
to be enjoying it, haven't you?
Yeah, I know, it's
Loved
great. I
it.
think
I've had
it's
a
really
lot
good.
of fun.
Yeah.
These numbers are going up and down, but to be honest, I don't pay any attention. I just want to put pretty things in pretty places.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
And
just
it's
want your
things like
racetracks,
that.
don't you, Alec?
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is that, I mean, they haven't actually changed any of the actual tech tree, have they? They haven't said, all of a sudden, I don't know, refineries need different amounts of
Not that we know.
construction points and things like that.
I don't believe so. But I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think that it's a construction point change. I think it's just like this development level. Hey, you thought you'd done everything that you wanted to do. Now, get fucked with it. That's it. That I think is the only change.
And do you think they just had too many systems that were legitimately perfect because you guys worked your asses off?
I mean, lots of people did. Lots of people did the things or figured out the way to make like Shinde's Mark II. And I say fair play to them. If there's more of those out, why shouldn't there be more of those out? The novelty of going to, in my personal opinion, the novelty of going to Shinde's is the fact that you have that permit to go to Shinde's. And that's like that doesn't change the fact that a system like 4 systems down is selling the same item at a very similar price. It's not going to make me want to go there. I'm going to head to Shinde's because that's where I've always gone and that's where I love to go. But for those people who might be more new in the galaxy and with an idea of getting those new people expedited in the game, the option then is there for them to go to, and I hasten to add, they're gonna have to go to a third-party app to look this up. But like you open up a third-party app and you look for the cheapest way that you can buy. Let's fucking Panther Clipper. Cheapest place to buy a Panther Clipper, and not only is it gives you a whole host of different places where you can go and buy it, and now you're spoiled for choice. I don't think being spoiled for choice for something is a bad thing. I don't know why they had to do this, and it's a funny way of saying, hey, it's out of beta now, and now it's going to be it's going to be harder for you to achieve the goals that you want to achieve.
Yeah, I mean,
Sorry.
No, it's fine. I mean, how many systems have you got colonized, Psychic?
Me too.
2. Yeah, I've got 1.
Yeah, I've got
Alec, how many of you?
1.
1. Well, we know Ben doesn't have any. We don't even need to ask Ben, but you know, at the moment, I mean, I'm obviously not as invested in my system as everybody else is, because sort of I've kind of left it at this particular point where I'm happy.
Yeah.
But it's not really going to change. Well, I might actually. I'm not going to have to change how my system is at the moment.
I don't know. I've not been back in. I don't know, because I've not been back in game with the since the update, and I've not had a look at it. My system particularly. My system. I don't think my system. I built the things that I thought were pretty, and I wanted to have cartographics available in my system. So I did. I went, what do I need to do this? So I didn't build it like fully optimizingly. It's not a Shindes 2 or anything along those lines. I put a bit of work into it. I wanted a tier 3 like planetary base. That's there, thanks Spooky. And I've got both of the different asteroid bases. They took time to build, and like the first asteroid base is my primary port, or now as Frontier are calling it. Again, another thing that bugs me. They're saying initial starport, but it's primary port in other language. Please be consistent, lads. I'd very much appreciate that. But my initial port, or my primary port, was a asteroid base. So I'm not that worried. It's not the greatest system. Like, some of the stars there's quite a lot of distance that you have to travel. You have to use an SCO drive to get there. But I don't feel, with this update, I don't feel particularly inclined to go and do any more colonization. Like, logging into as you said, Colin, you logged into the game and you're like, I don't know what I wanted to do. And I was like that like a week ago when I did the charity stream. I was like, I don't know what to do. I feel like I'm in game just for the sake of being in game, because I've got Elite Dangerous related things to give away, and I want to be able to give those away to people. So like, I should be in game, but I sat there and I genuinely thought for a while, I don't know what to do. And I know the next time I log into game, the next time after Thursday evening, or when I log into game, because I know what I want to do on Thursday, but the subsequent time, I'm now concerned that, again, I'm going to be like, I don't know what I want to do. And I haven't felt like that for a really long time with Elite.
Yeah, I mean, I know what you mean. It's sort of the only thing that I can think of as why they've put this in is because they're coming in with another round of BGS changes next month. And the only thing that I can think of is that these will affect those BGS settings in going forward,
which concerns me even more.
Well,
it also concerns me.
Well, at the moment, isn't the BGS still broken a bit because of power play?
Didn't they say that? Didn't they say that this bit was the one where we were having a this update is the one with the balance pass on BGS, or the quality of life pass on BGS and power play, rather than.
No, we've had power play, but I don't think we've had anything mentioned in there about the BGS.
Chris and I spoke about it. Chris and I were talking about this earlier, and I went back and I listened to Zach's video, and Zach's video says, or did I say Zach's video? The video that they released announcing this shit said that with the colonization coming out of beta, it would also include a quality of life pass on power play, on the BGS, and colonization. That's what the video said. The December balance is, or rework, or quality of life update, whatever you want to call it, is on the AI from ground combat.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, it's just that I don't remember seeing much in the patch. I'm now going back over the patch notes to see what changes
there isn't a lot, but they notoriously don't say a lot about BGS in patch notes. BGS is something we're supposed to work out on our own.
Yes, that's very true. Yeah, so goodness knows what's going to happen there then.
Yeah.
But to be honest, the only thing that I can think of why they made these changes, apart from the obvious, which we'll talk about in a minute, is that there've been changes to the BGS, which needs these things being put in place. And I'm afraid to say that's the only thing I can think of. Moving on just quickly, I think Phoenix Blue has pointed out that because the refinery contacts are now only present at markets with a pure refinery economy, if you even have a weak link from, say, an extraction or a agricultural colony, that's it. You've got no chance of actually having your contact anymore.
Yep.
It's gone.
Yep. I don't know how many people used refinery contacts. I've never used one, but I don't.
It's one of those...
Pardon?
What was the point of them?
You were allowed. You could exchange materials, so you could take sort of rough materials and get steel, and things like that.
Okay.
So it would refine you.
I remember when this came out, and I've literally never used it.
Yeah, no, me either. So it works just like a usual, like having a refiner on your ship.
Commodity exchange. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Weird.
So
I didn't think you could even pick up items if you could pick them up if you didn't have a refinery on your ship. Or maybe I'm wrong then. Maybe I'm wrong with what it does.
What, the refinery contact?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's on the station, and you do your exchanges of the station. So, the other thing was emergency power cells are now produced by and therefore available from all planet-based industrial economies. That was something that there was a shortage of that Galnet News highlighted last week. So at least your emergency power cells will now be available to you.
Cause a panic.
Yes. But that's going to be interesting. But it does lead on to the other thing, which is the Dodec station itself. Now that's been added to the game, purchasable 50,000 arcs if you hadn't already been told. No, I didn't expect this. There are 3 variants available for construction: no truss, quint truss, and deck truss. How shall I put this? Who'd want a hedgehog?
What a fucking abomination!
I think the answer to that is whoever put this station here.
Yeah.
It's the sort of thing you joke about, and then it's like, oh my god, they've actually what?
I mean, talk about noob hammers are us.
Yeah.
It's really silly. I mean, yeah, I get that some people are very excited about it and think it looks awesome. I mean, it's a thing to behold, I suppose, but it's also so silly. What even are those things? Like, is there some lore explanation between what the hell
Aren't
they're
they
supposed
to be the things that help them spin around? Isn't
Those-
that supposed to be the thing?
No. I'll tell you what those things are supposed to. They're actually only supposed to be in refinery stations, because those things are supposed to be helping as centrifuges to separate chemicals and things like that, and
Like hygiene
and materials and
things?
yeah.
Okay.
That's what the lore was supposed to be. We just call them noob hammers because everybody got hit by a noob hammer at least once.
Yeah.
And now if you approach this thing,
Hey, that's going to be hell. That's going to be awesome for comfortable racing.
It's so silly.
I mean, yes and no, Ben. I mean, not really.
Maybe not buckyball, but the guys who do the live races.
Elite races. I mean, maybe you could come up with a course
Yeah, you
that
go from
says
one
you
to
need
the
to
back
loop
and
around
you've got
each
to dodge
arm. But
all the hammers.
yeah, it might be fun. Incidentally, just while we're on racing, one big disappointment. I was really looking forward to the trenches on the Dodec, but
Yeah.
it turns out then they're not very good. They're much shallower
Oh.
than the trenches on the Coriolis. They're little more than a railing that you can theoretically go under, I guess. But yeah, it doesn't really have trenches, not in the same way that the Coriolis did. So
the Coriolis does. Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah.
But yeah. So as a new station design, I do remember this from the original BBC disc version and from the Commodore 64 version. If I ever get one, I will have no trusses whatsoever. And therefore I'll be unique.
Yes. I've thought this all along, ever since colonization first dropped, and I realised that the trusses were there as an option. Like they didn't even cost anymore. And I thought immediately, oh God, we're just going to get every bloody station is just going to have trusses, because there's this thing like prior to colonization, trusses were unusual and rare, and when you dropped in on a station that had one, it was like, oh, that's cool, because you hadn't seen it before because it was so rare. And of course, everyone that colonizes picks trusses because it costs them nothing extra, and it's like, oh, I'll have the cool rare one. And suddenly the cool rare one is the common as muck one. And frankly, if you want a standout station, you should pick the one without the trusses.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, so it's I'm sorry, I am looking at the big deck truss one, and I'm there thinking, why? Just
It's so silly. It's
yeah,
so
you know,
silly.
This is going to
you know
sound
what?
really, really sulky now, but you know, on last week's show, I was saying this is the thing I was most looking forward to. I've kept my arcs. I didn't buy any void blacks because I wanted to have enough to buy this thing. I don't want it now. There's been the whole week has been such a just such an unpleasant ride of backwards and forwards about is it good, is it bad, does everyone hate it? And now it's in the game and it looks stupid with all its arms. It's like I just don't want it anymore. I really don't.
Oh, you know what these
have to get the
trusses?
arms.
I don't want the Dodec at all. I'm not going to build one. I've just genuinely gone off it. It's like just sick of the stupid fucking thing now.
So tell us how you really feel, Alec.
It hasn't got trenches.
The concourse is exactly the same.
Concourse is exactly the same.
The concourse is exactly the same. You pay 50,000 fucking arcs for a station, and they haven't even given you a. I'm so sorry. They haven't even given you a concourse that is different. You pay 25 real life money for a fucking station that is a glorified ship kit that a ship kit for a ship that doesn't actually move around, that you go back to a few times a month, maybe, if that. It doesn't have a fucking different concourse.
Isn't the whole interior the same?
Yes, is it?
You fly into it and it's like a Coriolis or a Nacellus or an Orbis. It looks exactly the same. There is no differentiation to it. It's not special.
It's a very naughty boy.
I tell you what it does do. It has a human tech broker. It has a human tech broker. Yeah, I mean, some people apparently. It's a human tech broker. It gives you a lot of the benefits of it in comparison to a normal Coriolis the benefits that you get are different. I know that we have a graphic somewhere that we can put on the screen, but there are the benefits to the Dodec station. It has higher a lot higher, like development level, standard security standard of level than a Coriolis or an Orbis or anything along those lines. So it is substantially better as far as that's concerned. But we don't really know what that all really means at the moment to the in the grand scheme of things. So
Yeah,
Well, it would have
it's
been substantially better before all the nerfs.
well, actually, the thing is, this is substantially better if you actually just buy one and put it as a primary station.
yes.
Exactly. Yeah, it just goes to show you how much of an advantage you get by buying this and shoving it as a primary station. And yeah, it is a bit of a sore point when you consider it like that. But yeah, I mean, I was never intending to actually buy one as the primary station, but at this moment in time, I'm there thinking, well, what's the only reason I'd actually buy one is to put it in as a primary station. Hmm. Well, and this must be highlighted because you can only do this once.
Yeah.
You pay your 50,000, you get an instant build credit, which can be used to complete its construction effort. Phil W has confirmed on the Frontier Discord that it is an instant deploy Dodec, can be used as a primary station, and yeah, it's just yeah, pay your 50,000, plonk your station down. That's it.
Here's a question, and I don't know if we know this or not, because so I did read that if you cancel, you don't get your free deploy back. So
No, that's
now
it.
what I'm curious
If you
about,
demolish your facility,
yeah,
you will not be refunded your free deployment.
here's what I'm curious about. Suppose you, because this is something I was going to do when I was going to get one. I was thinking, well, I want it to be quite like it to be nicely lit and in a nice place. So I had
Mhm.
this idea that what I would do is deploy it, at which point you'd get your construction platform, I
Yep.
believe, and then go and look and see where the construction platform is. And if I didn't like it, if I didn't like the orbit it was in its lighting, I would cancel it and put the construction platform somewhere else and keep doing that until I found a spot I liked, and then go ahead building it. And what I
Yeah, it
don't
won't let
know
you do that.
is what. Yeah, the first time I cancel my construction platform, do I lose the rights to free?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the impression I'm getting. Yes.
Huh. Okay. Well, I won't do that then.
Yeah. It's it's just yeah. There's an awful lot of stuff involved with this. So I'm just there thinking, oh my. I mean, I wanted one, and I'm now considering. Well, I either got a choice of I can either try and colonize a new system and get one that way, or I can then work my butt off. But by the time I work my butt off, the chances are it'll be out of arcs. Because I don't see myself being able to get my system up to a state where I can afford the construction points for it for quite a while. So yeah,
This is what I'm confused about, right? You need this. You've got the construction points.
Uh-huh.
But
yeah, I
how
don't
can
at
you
the
get
moment.
construction points if you don't have an initial starport?
Oh, that's a good point. Do you start with 3?
No,
I don't know.
so your initial starport can just be anything.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
you don't need construction points to create a brand new initial primary station.
There's no
It's
requirements
just
on the first one. You
yeah.
can pick anything. Can you?
You can build anything you want as long
Yeah.
as within its 4-week limit.
I remember. Yeah, you can build anything except bear in mind you are going to have to finish it in 4 weeks. Yeah.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and I must admit the thought of trying to solo a dodo is it. Oh no, screaming heebie-jeebies for me.
I saw like, for those of you who are like, after we've said all this, you're still like, hey, fuck those guys, I'm gonna go and get one. If you are confused, maybe this is a mention for Mostly Clueless, but if you are confused, you go and like organize a Dodec as your primary station, and then you go to the port and it's like, oh no, it's telling you that you still need to build it. If you go to the building platform, that's where you get the opportunity to redeem your one-time map requirement fulfillment kind of thing. So it will initially still look like you need to give all the mats to make it make that build. You don't. There is an option in there somewhere. I don't know where. I'm not doing it, so I can't tell you firsthand. But there is an option there somewhere for you to redeem when you get to the building platform.
I mean, just to go back to the trust thing, you know the deck, the deck trust. You know what it reminded me of? Has anybody seen Star Wars Lego where Darth Maul turns up? And he starts off with 2 lightsabers. It splits into 6 lightsabers, and then it splits into. It's that. This is your Darth Maul station.
I've seen so many comparisons, like sea urchins, or do you remember jacks that you used to have in the playground? Those little metal.
Oh, jumping jacks, yeah.
Yeah.
It just looks so dumb.
Hedgehog.
Hey, hedgehogs are cute.
Yeah.
Check.
I can see that you're walking around like this is a friendly reminder podcast, but for our listeners, Ben is currently walking around the internals of the Dodec station, and it's exactly the same.
Yes.
There's nothing different. There's nothing exciting about it. It's the one that Ben's currently at, because it's not been Thursday yet. We're still waiting for it to change from a in process buildy type thing to a fully built one, but the layout is exactly the same.
I'm basically at Chris's point. If there were tables here, I'd be at Chris's table just now.
Yeah, and it's exactly the same. So you're not getting
the landing
anything
bay.
special.
Yeah, I think the landing bay area looked slightly longer than.
I'll go down and have a look.
Yeah.
Yeah, just that lonely person from the Apex taxis wondering what they're doing there, what they've done wrong with their life.
So down in the hangar, you mean, Al?
Like when you fly in, and you're looking for your pad. Who was I watching? I was watching Rayman Games, and the discussion was, did it look like quite a long station?
I've not felt so when I've been flying into
Maybe not.
to my hangar, but
it's hard
I'll go to the back and tell me if it looks, because you probably know exactly how many meters it is from the front of the station to the back.
Yeah, it'll be down to like field of view and stuff as well.
Yeah, I think so. That's.
Oh, I'll go and take off, and you can tell me if it looks different.
So
I do need to turn off my auto.
Anyway, I think the Coriolis is different. Sorry.
Yeah. So, in conclusion about the Dodec, then, will anybody be interested in actually buying it? We can forget about Ben.
Ben.
Actually, Ben, if you want to pay 25 quid and set up a straight Dodo station all by yourself, feel free.
I mean, silly. So I could. Am I right in thinking, right?
Mm-hmm.
I could go and give Frontier 23 quid, get a Dodo, and be done.
Yeah.
No ifs, ands, buts, or nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Just take me money, wait a week, and
find a
then I'm
system,
done.
drop it in.
Yeah. Ben's like, I'm going to do it.
There is an aspect of me that is slightly tempted.
You're going to troll us by actually going out and buy one.
I mean, hey, I'm not gonna tell you what to do with your money, but I will say, if you've not already bought Jump Space, that's a much better investment of your time. And will be good prep for operations probably.
Yeah, it's. I at the moment personally, I'm 50-50 on this one.
Okay.
I do know that I would love to have one of these in my system. I know that it'd be an awful lot of work to get my system into the right state to get it, and then on top of that, it's 25 quid. So first of all, I don't know whether I'll be able to get it ready in time before it runs out, and yeah, it's normally for most of the stuff that comes through, like the early access ships, it's a dead cert. I'm going to buy it. This is, I think, the first time I'm there thinking, I'm not so sure.
No, you're right.
Yeah, that's it. It's
Yeah.
sort of, it's not so sure.
Same here.
What about everyone
Same
else?
here. Same here. I'm
Apart
not
from
sure
Ben.
I'm going to get one. The only thing I will say, I'm saying right now, I'm not so sure. But if anyone happens to fly into my system one day in the future, and I've got a custom named copper-plated 10-armed dodo, don't call me a hypocrite. I just, there you go. I might change my mind.
I think that the dodo or the Dodec, as they're calling it now, personally for me, I don't feel like I could support it at all, and I'm so excited about the other thing that they announced, and it's such a the other things that they announced. So the not the Dodec. I think the Dodec is bad, and it should feel bad. And I tell you, you'll never fly into a system of mine which has a Dodec in it. But you will see me flying around in a Caspian Explorer the day it comes out. You'll find me doing operations as soon as they're available in game. Like, there is so much good stuff to look forward to, and there's been so much good stuff over the last 2 years. Sure, a couple of low points, but I think the Dodec being announced in the way that it was, having the kickback that it did, and then the vague U-turn from Frontier has really left a bad taste in my mouth when I love Frontier.
Yeah, I actually feel quite sorry for Frontier. They had this
Yeah.
lovely package of presents to unwrap last week or whenever they released their video. And unfortunately, this Dodec has turned out to be a steaming turd that's left everyone with like, it's
A
so
steaming turd
unfortunate.
with 10 arms.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a really difficult thing. I find it a really difficult thing for me because I've often said that I'm Frontier's bitch, and I will quite happily say on record that I am Frontier's bitch, and I fucking love the games that they bring out. I've not had I love all of the tycoon games. I'm just going to call them tycoon games, but I like the Jurassic World Evolution 3 is so close to being my game of the year if this year wasn't stacked. I think it's right up there with my game of the year. I think it's important, and I did see a big long paragraph that came out in chat a minute ago, and I feel like it's important that we address this as a group because we have been pretty much unanimously positive about a lot of the things that have come out on Elite.
Oh, completely. In fact, we've been accused of being Mr. White Knight Frontier Shields all the way through this.
100%, we really have. And as soon as we say something is a problem, or we recognize something as a problem with the audience that we have, we're very fortunate to have a lovely audience for the most part who are lovely people. I'm talking to you. You know who you are. Sound off in the comments on Spotify. Cheers, lads. Only if you're a lovely person. But we're very fortunate to be able to discuss these things and air our concerns. And I think if we don't air our concerns, that's when we're disingenuous. But then also at the same time, that's when we're told, oh, you're so negative about the game, you need to stop whining, when we've been fucking jumping for joy for months. It's very weird to me.
Well, let's put this in context. We're getting this one out the way right now because we know that the stuff that is coming on with the new Explorer, We're very interested. We're really looking forward to what's coming on Thursday, and then on top of that, the operations.
Yeah.
We have. Oh, we are so looking forward to
Yeah,
that.
it's good stuff.
It's just that this one, it hasn't been what we'd hoped for,
And has left a massively sour taste in our mouths, you know, like all of us. Even Ben, who does not give a shit, still appreciates that it's pretty much universally decided as a bad
I
move.
was right there
deep
with you
irony-
guys on the roller coaster because I was like, yes, we're getting the dodo. I was like, that's amazing.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
going to say the deep irony is it sounds like Ben's the only one that's actually going to go and buy one.
There you go.
There is an aspect of me because you guys know I can be a bit contrary.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
There is a part of me that's like, fuck it, it's 23 quid. I'll do it just to be different.
just to troll us, right? Well, okay. I'm going to calm it all down now and say, right, okay, we're gonna move past this. I'm going to take a deep breath and go, right, okay. We've got a lot of responses to the question of the week this week. Now, we're not going to have time to go through them. We're going to save them all for hopefully a show later on where we take all the questions of the week and merge them into one big, wonderful mishmash.
Just as an FYI, I will remind you when the question of the week goes out and where the question of the week goes out, as is my PSA every week. Around 2 p.m. on a Sunday, I put out the question of the week on Twitter, X, or Twitter /X, Blue Sky, and the forums. Not the forums, fuck that. Sorry, our Discord on a special channel, which you might have to search for on Discord. Sorry, but that goes out, and then normally on a Tuesday we lock the question of the week. I have locked it already for this week. Next week or on Sunday, prep your answers for the Caspian Explorer. And then the following week, prep your answers talking about operations. And then we'll meet back up and have a lovely time. How's that? That's right, yeah?
How dare you all threaten us to play The Sims? That's just awful. What have we done wrong to you? Anyway,
Well, a question of the week special where the entire show is dedicated to reading
pretty
your
much.
question of the week.
Pretty much. We will have a question of the week special where we talk about the question of the week. And get your thoughts and feelings about each section of this, because I do feel like it was important to split it into these 3 different topics because of how much we have to talk about them. Do you know what I mean? Like we've clearly demonstrated how much we've been able to talk about this. We appear to have lost a Colin.
Shall I
no,
fill in with
come
the
back.
mostly
Nobody's
clueless?
here.
If you can, Alec, you've got a. Just knows what happened there. We got all excited.
Yeah, it's so rare. It's so rare. I have mostly clueless.
Amazing.
So, throughout colonization, particularly with all the third-party tools that have been popping up, many of which you kind of have to retrospectively go and fill in what you've built. The question has been constantly popping up. I've forgotten. How do I find out exactly what it is that I've built? You know, when you go in and you pick agricultural, and then the next thing you drill down into is like large agricultural, and then there's a load of names like I'm going to build the Persephone, or what, you know. Unless you write those down, nobody ever remembers what it is the hell they built. Anyway, finally, somebody has highlighted a way to find out exactly what you have built. Slightly risky. You have to be careful where you click. Remember the back button, cancel button discussion from earlier on. What you need to do basically is go to destroy your station. So you go on the cancel construction or destroy station or whatever it is, which I think you can get to from the system map. And then the next screen that pops up is a big screen saying, are you sure you really want to deconstruct this thing? And it has precise details of exactly what that thing is. So yeah, if you want to find out what a thing is, then go to destroy it. Just make sure, having got to that screen and read what the thing is, that you pick the cancel button and not the cancel button.
Yeah. Very, very useful.
Nice.
Right, any other business? Well, first of all, we'll say thanks to Commander Walter64, who who sent us a very nice email, which was very, very, very long. Unfortunately, we've got no influence with Ferranti, as you probably gathered. But it's nice to see that you've got a lot of suggestions which are basically along the lines of what a lot of us are thinking. So yes, that was very nice of you, Kian. Of course, because we have moved to Spotify, you will find all the episodes for Lave Radio at Spotify. Give us a like, a follow, and if you want to leave a comment, we are enjoying them. We are replying to them.
They're my favourite.
and of course they are lovely. Has anybody got any other business?
No, see you on Thursday.
Yeah,
see you on Thursday when we go and see what happened. When we do buckyball and absolutely nothing else. When we see you on Thursday for server roulette, Movada roulette. Let's fucking go.
Excellent. So let's do our shout outs. Our sister station, Hutton Orbital Radio, it broadcasts on a Thursday from 8:30. You can tune in at twitch.tv/Hutton Orbital Truckers, or just for the audio, go to radio.forthemug.com. For the discerning commander that likes a bit of CQC action, check out all the CQC discords at discord.me/Elite Dangerous CQC. We're also giving a shout out to the following Elite Dangerous podcasts. So that's Hi to the Guard Frequency, who do other space games as well. They've got a little bit of a problem with their feed. Hopefully they'll get that sorted. And then
howdy, partners. I'm Commander Chiggy Midral. And I ought to tell you about the American Elite Dangerous podcast, which you must have a loose screw to listen to. Oh, Luke, there's Commander Billy Barbadaxius.
Howdy, Patrol. I went for my wife and her sister.
You're on your way to meet your wife and your sister?
I got them fast too, but roadkill at 90 miles an hour.
While we're waiting, I'll just tell the folks about the best hillbilly redneck radio podcast about Elite Dangerous that comes out every Friday. Hey, Billy Barbadicious. There she is now.
And also, if you speak French...
I'm so sorry. Let me just. Have you ever cringed so hard that your teeth itch? Because that's what just happened to me. I'm sorry. I let the funky music do the talking.
There. Right, yes, there is the Elite Dangerous podcast who do those wonderful missions as well. So following on from this, we have the latest Galnet News Digest that's provided by Commander Witherspoon and Commander Beetlejude. And thanks to all the commanders that have chipped in the Twitch chat, and the in-game commanders that we've had are, oh my goodness, Valkyrik, Acropolis, Gnul, Actual Genuine and Elvis Kremen, Apathis, JT, Andy Sharp 42, Isla Canal, Siberius, the Jinx Effects, Thandra, and who else have you got joining you, Ben?
And Felix, I would say Sestria.
Yep, that's right.
Who's joined me at the Dodec station, the Osiris.
So, special thanks, of course, go to Commander Tokuso, Jay Antrax, and Ellen Stroud, who have created music that we use on the show. So that's it for another episode of Lave Radio. If you'd like to get in touch with the show, you can find the contact links under the home/contact us menu of the laveradio.com website. Do let us know if you have any questions or if there's anything you'd like us to discuss in a future episode. Lave Radio is recorded live on a Tuesday evening at 8:30 and streamed out at laveradio.com/live. So, thanks to Ben.
Good night, Colin.
Thanks to Claire.
Catch you later, guys. Catch you on Thursday.
Yeah, catch you Thursday for the big crash. And thanks to Alec.
Thanks, Colin. I love this game, really, you know. Bye all.
Yeah, same.
Special thanks, of course, goes to today's tech specialist, the Chris Mark V.
You're welcome.
So until next time, Commanders, fly safe. And I'm now just going to go and sit in the corner and think about what I've just done. Right, bye.
Is your life like this? Sounds like someone having an orange inserted. Need a safe word. Space can be loaded. I'm gonna see the galaxy.
Ah, damn it. No worries, guys. Hold the fort for 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
Galnet News Digest, 11th of November, 3311. We read the news so you don't have to. In this week's news, the Dodec starport has a rocky start. The Powers sort out their care packages. Brewer Corporation is taken over by the Mafia, and lots of little fixes make the galaxy just that little bit more pleasant. Plus, we have a cunning plan to construct a totally free Dodec starport.
The new Dodec starport is available from today in early access. It's available in 3 exciting flavours, requiring an upfront payment of 50,000 orcs if you want to build one. You can install exactly 1 dehydrated Dodec in your system. Brewer Corporation simply adds water supplied by them, and assuming you have the requisite number of Tier 3 build points, you have an instant starport. If you want any more of them, you need to haul the water and all the other commodities yourself. You don't get to see in advance what you'll get for your orcs. The box describing the benefits of a Dodec is a big empty rectangle until you part with your orcs. We're sure it'll be great. Should you choose to buy your own 12-sided station, you can do the sensible thing and have no trusses. Or you can have 5, which looks a bit weird, but nothing like as weird as the Deca truss Dodec, which has the trusses pointing out in all directions, looking like a sad and inadequate elderly porcupine.
The powers have finally sorted out the problems with too many care packages. Materials have become so easy to come by that many commanders have a stack of unredeemable care packages building up. With immediate effect, surplus materials can be converted into credits, with Grade 1 materials fetching 2,000 credits and Grade 5 materials convertible into 32,000 credits each. If you find opening your care packages too much effort, then fear not. Your power will open them for you after 30 days and will automatically credit you with materials and sell off any excess. The first opening will be on the 20th of November, so you might like to visit a materials trader and a bartender before then.
Brewer Corporation has been taken over by the Mafia, and no longer treats the battle weapons it requires to build some of its facilities as illegal. Brewer has also made some changes to how constructions affect the state of colony systems. Now the first starport you build will have much more influence on what sort of system it'll be, and by the same token, subsequent facilities built in the same system will have less influence. It's not clear at present what real-world impact this change will have. Pleasingly though, Brewer has arranged for emergency power cells to be available in huge quantities from industrial planetary ports, removing System Architect's dependence on the Akhenaten system, which until now has been where emergency power cells come from. Meanwhile, refinery contacts are to be restricted to markets that are purely refinery. In other news, apostrophes are to be allowed in station names once more. The cargo insurance squadron perk has been re-enabled, but it'll now give you 50% of your cargo back, not the equivalent in credits. Cargo has become easier to transfer to fleet carriers. Selling commodities 1 ton at a time will no longer earn you more merits. On-foot power data transfers may once again be used to earn merits. The Type 11 will now allow mining variants of the subsurface displacement missile to be equipped in the dedicated mining slots. And the cancel button on the cancel demolition dialog box, which you need to click if you want to cancel cancelling the demolition of your facility, has been changed to back, to avoid confusion.
Do you want to be the envy of other system architects? Do you want to own your own Dodec starport? But 50,000 arcs is just too much. Well, don't you worry. Galnet News Digest has you covered. Exclusively for system architects like you, Galnet News Digest is proud to bring you the chance to own a Dodec starport absolutely free, with a selection of vibrant paint jobs at no extra cost. All you need to do is follow these simple instructions. 1. Photograph or download one of our cut out and keep templates. Be sure to choose the template with the paint job you want on your station. 2. Print it off onto a sheet of stiff cardboard. You'll need a sheet that's about 40 kilometres by 20 kilometres. Remember to use a colour printer. 3. Carefully cut out the pattern, retaining the white tabs. 4. Carefully score along the lines and fold the card to create your convincing looking dodecahedral starport. Dab a little glue on each of the white tabs to hold your structure in place. 5. Very carefully cut out a rectangle for the mail slot. Now you can place your brand new Dodec starport in orbit round your favourite stellar body. Enjoy being one of the very first commanders to own this stunning new starport design. These templates can also be used to make festive decorations, but if you're doing that, we recommend using slightly smaller pieces of card.
And that's this week's Galnet News, at least until we gain access to the HIP 87621 system on Thursday. After that, all bets are off.